get it. Real talk with Carl and Charlene. Real talk for the real world. Let's get it.
Hey, good morning, peeps. Or good afternoon, should I say. It's another edition, a special edition of Real Talk with Carl and Charlene. And yes, this is the summit edition. And that's exactly what I'm going to call it because we're going to be talking about some things that we're doing as far as the next level business summit, right? We want you guys to get involved, but also we got a special treat for you because we are showcasing the four dynamic individual experts that are on the summit that's going to be bringing you the fire and the flame for the hot seat and the VIP. So we want to put us all together on the stage to give you a sneak peek, a sneak preview as to what you're going to be getting in the summit on the 24th. We want you to go register. Please do that now. Nextlevelbusinessmoves.com. Go register for the VIP hot seat. And let's get into diving into your business so we can help you sustain your business through difficult times. Of course, you know Real Talk. If you're here and you're live, drop in the comments where you're tuning in from. Please let us know. We want to know. It's a global show. As always, we love the engagement, but we also want to hear from you. Put in your questions, your comments, your perspectives, drop them in. And also for those who's not here live, right? Hashtag replay. You know we do it for you all day. You drop in as well. Where you tuning in from? Give us your perspective, your questions. Join the discussion. Give us some topics of things of what you think we're talking about and join in because we want to go back later and engage with you guys as well. But of course, I don't do this by myself. You know, I got my hostess with the mostest. Come on out, Charlene. Let's welcome them on this Thursday.
Hello, y'all. I was backstage trying to do a couple of extra things, but yeah. Hello. Welcome to our special Real Talk Live, and it's really about to give you some more insight because we've been doing sneak peeks. So if you guys have been catching it along the way, now you get to see all four of us together really talking to you about what it is that we would be sharing. Just a sneak peek, just a taste, not the whole shenanigans. And I just cannot wait for you guys to meet the other two amazing dynamic people that are part of this collaboration. And yes. I'm going to just say it. It's a mini brainchild, a mix. It was birthed by Carl, but we all were able to really put in our mix and our specialties into it. So one, very grateful to you, my partner, for creating this. And I just can't wait to see it take off.
Yes, absolutely. It's collaboration. I told you guys if you've been following me. If you haven't been following me, first of all, you're doing LinkedIn wrong. That's first and foremost. Let me get that out there. But if you've been following me, I told you at the beginning of this year, this was a year of collaboration. And in doing so, and that was my word, I sought out collaborations this year to fulfill a lot of the things that I wanted to bring to fruition. And definitely being with a partner like Charlene made it really easy on the logistic piece because she knows how to put it together with the ideas that I bring. And now you're going to see some of the brainchilds of the things that we got coming out for you. We always bring the value when we're on Real Talk Live, but we're going to start bringing it to you on other levels, right? Next level. That's what that's title came. Next level business. And that's just exactly what we're doing. We're bringing the next level and we want to bring you guys along for the journey. Also with that, we brought along some partners that we want to ride with us on this plane as well. This is a soul plane we going on. Now Snoop them to get their tickets, but this is our soul plane. So we going on this soul plane and we're going to bring you guys a lot of sustainable things. I can't say that enough with the expertise that we're bringing to this summit. We're also going to bring you a lot of those strategies that's going to really help you right then and there. And Charlene said it from the door. Please, sir, please, ma'am, get yourself into that VIP hot seat. You definitely want to be there. You'll be able to bring your business plan. You'll be able to get with us, ask us particular questions pertaining to your business, get advice pertaining to your setup, get advice to your layup, get advice to your strategies. Also, we'll be able to walk you through some things that maybe your business is not doing right now or could do better. That's the opportunity that you're going to have with a great cast of people, of experts that are going to be able to put it through and walk you through it. But enough of that. Let's get started with our guest, shall we?
Yes, so first let's bring on our graphic expert, and you guys met her last time, Michelle Barzallo. She is amazing. We met about almost 2 years ago, and ever since then, I have not looked back. That's one of my favorite connections, and I'm very excited that you guys can meet her and that we're doing this collaboration. So I'm bringing her on. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for having me on, Carl and Charlene. And thank you for
Yeah.
your kind words, Charlene. I agree. It's been 2 years, and you've saved me with your expertise. And I'm glad that we continue to connect. Yeah, she saved my website. My name is Michelle. I am the CEO and founder of Mommy Works LLC. I am a mom of 4 kids, 2 pandemic babies. And my mind is all over the place because I have 4 kids. I blame the kids for everything. But yes, I neglected my website for about a year and it got hijacked, and Charlene fought the good fight and got it back for me. So I was very excited about that.
Yes.
So I am a PA turned graphic designer. Graphic design was my hobby. After I had my second kid, I decided to be a stay-at-home mom due to medical reasons. And then I decided to start doing graphic design. And it's been a whirlwind. I help boss women trust me to bring their brand vision to life by creating professional, engaging, and eye-catching business marketing assets. So includes your email headers, your presentation slide decks, your social media images, workbooks. We meet, we talk. I learn your vision, and I'll bring it to life.
And that's exactly what people need. Take it on, Carl.
No, yeah, that's exactly it. Bring it to life. You got to bring the vision to life. You got to talk about it and show it so people could get a vision of what it is to work with you, what it is that you bring to life, and how you can affect the business and what you bring. And that's some of the talents that Michelle is going to be bringing in there. And I know we got our other guests backstage, so we want to bring her on as well,
Yes.
so you guys can look at the Fantastic Four. Yes, we are the real. So never mind what Marvel said. We the real Fantastic Four. So let's roll.
Yes. So Auntie
Hello. Go
Brown,
ahead.
welcome.
Thank you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So tell the folks a little bit about you, Auntie Donna Brown, because you are our trademark specialist and our brand strategy specialist. So let the folks know a little bit about you and your passion for it.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I will. And thank you for that introduction. First, I just have to say thank you to Carl and Charlene, of course, Michelle, but Carl, your brainchild for conception of this, because I just need people to understand that it's hard to find people who can be on your team. And you're such a man of character, distinction, and accomplishment that it's a pleasure to be part of your team. My name is, go ahead.
No, I just said thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm sorry. My mind moves a million miles an hour, so you have to forgive me. I'm a strategist, and that's what I do all day, every day, and what I've been doing for 32 years. So things that might seem very, very, elongated for some people, I've processed that out in 10 minutes and moved on. So my name is Attorney Donna Brown, but I've also become known as Auntie Donna Brown, which is my trademark name. And so I've had 32 years of experience in business on high levels, as well as in the federal government as an attorney slash investigator slash conciliator slash so many different things that have served the United States government. And I retired in 2020 and pivoted into a new space where I really want to serve my people, because I feel like I have been so incredibly blessed to have a good family, to have a great business career. And I realized that I've sat at places that people have never been. And I've seen things people have never seen, heard things people have never heard. So when you presented this opportunity, Carl, I get chills as I talk about it, because for the price of admission, you know, they probably couldn't even get one of us for an hour, let alone all of us. So thank you. And I'm ready to help you build your brand. Your thing was for the year, collaborate. Mine has been innovate, create solutions that solve problems. Those are the most profitable products and services, and then protect it, turn around, license it, make a little bit more money. And then after that, get ready to transfer it to the next generation or for your retirement.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's what it's all about. I'm just humble to be able to bring something to fruition with the help of others. Because a lot of times we have ideas, right, that circulate throughout our minds, and even through courses of years, which is never getting the opportunity to implement. So I really am humbly. In gratitude to you guys want to jump on board with this, and I can't take I don't take the credit so much as that, because it takes a village. I've always said that, and I always mean that, and I always realize that it takes a village to do it. But we've got a village, not only a village of us four, but we're giving value and sharing value to a village past and beyond us, which is really what this next business summit is all about. And call it next level because it's not to the sense of it is the sense of we're moving you and pushing you out of where you are, and we're getting you to an area of being sustainable. And this is all across all facets. I know when we think about next level, maybe my business isn't doing all of this, or my business isn't to this, or I just began my business. And this is covering the gamut of that, of you as a business entrepreneur, as you being in business a little bit and struggling, and you being in business a while and been doing some things, but may need some critiques, may need some tweaks, may need some things changed and done. Not only that, we bring you strategies that's going to bring awareness to areas you probably had not been aware of before, or been slipping and maintaining. That's why we're talking about the sustainability part of that. So we're going to be building those strategies and give you some of that as we go along. I'm going to bust it out because I'll start with the mindset. You got to curate that. I don't care what you're doing in business or how you started or how you formulated it. You got to carry that why to the mindset of why you're doing it. So in essence, of however you built your business, however you founded it, whatever the founding is, you've got to get it to a place of getting that to your messaging. And that's why it's so critical that I talk about the mindset and the messaging, because people have to understand that you're confident in what you are providing to them. I can't talk to you about vulnerability and I'm hiding in the closet. That's not going to be credible to you. That's not going to be beneficial to you, more because you're going to say it's just like the guy overweight that said, I'm going to train you. Well, dude, you got to start training yourself first. I can't come with a pack of Twinkies and tell me we're going to run around the track, because you're not going to have faith in me to get you where you want to go. See, these are the things that we're bringing to that. We've established some things of what we've done in business over the years. And not through that just establishment, we've made mistakes and tweaked the mistakes to give you an opportunity to learn from our mistakes in doing it. Yes, we have made mistakes. Yeah, you heard me admit it in a heartbeat. We've made mistakes, but what we have done is cultivated the mistakes into some actionable strategies so you have to make those mistakes. And that's where we're bringing it to. So I'm kicking it off with the mindset. I'm letting you know what you need to write, the content you need, the messaging that needs to be in that, the vulnerability piece that really exemplify you in what you're doing. A lot of times we copy and paste it. And I don't mean that in a plagiarism. I just mean you see something on this site, you think it matches you, and you put it on your site. Or you see something in this post, you think it matches you, and you put it on that post. That's not speaking of you, not your messaging. So we want to make sure that we start you off in the right set with that mindset and give you that growth mindset of changing how you're thinking, how you're perceiving, and what you're doing.
And I'm glad you brought that up, because I wanted to bring you in, Michelle, because when it comes to graphics, folks don't realize how important graphics are to our business and involved it is, because we, from our funnels to our regular social media, but also our emails, that we send out, our headers, anything, even our footers where we have our signatures, all of those are part of your graphic and your visuals. Can you speak to a little bit to the folks and let them know why you've been so passionate for your clients all these years?
Well, I've since I started since I was a PA and I stopped working because of medical reasons, and I'm like, I can't just sit at home and do anything. So that's when my entrepreneurial journey started. And throughout that journey, I've met so many business owners that were always complaining about their graphics. They're like, oh, this is so hard. It takes me so long to do it. And then I would see people and I would see it, and I'm like, that doesn't look good. Like, like you can't just do the dark kind of selfie kind of thing. Like, you need a better lighting, you need better pictures, you need to represent yourself better. And I've always done this on the side. Like, I've been, since high school, I've always been the go-to, hey, can you make this flyer? Can you do this? Can you do that? Now with my kids and volunteering, I'm always the, hey, can you make this graphic? So finally, I'm like, you know what? I can help people. Like, I always want to help people. That's why I was in medicine. And I'm like, I want to continue to serve. I want to continue to help. And you've heard the saying, a picture's worth 1,000 words, right? But for us small business owners, a picture can be worth $1,000 or more. Because if you think about yourself when you go shopping, right? You're going to look at, let's say you're looking for just an orange t-shirt, and you have an orange t-shirt that's advertised with company A, and it's just like, looks like a hodgepodge of images and it's all messy. And then you have company B, and it's nice, it's refined, you can see the product, you can see the details, it gives you just the information you need. And which one you're going to go with? You're going to go with the one that looks more refined, especially if they're the same price. And that's what I think, and that's what I tell my clients. I'm like, you want to think like you're looking at your business. You want your images to reflect what you like, and what you're not going to be turned away from. So it ties in perfectly, Carl, with what you do and what you say with the messaging, because you have to know your messaging. You have to, like, it has to be solid. You can't change your message every 2 days. Like, okay, over the course of 2 years, your message might change, but it can't change from day 1 to day 2. It needs to be consistent, and knowing your message is the start to knowing your graphics. So when I work with my clients, we sit there and we hash it out. I'm like, what is your message? What is your ideal client? What is your vision? What is your vibe? Like, what do you want to do? Because once I get to know your brand and your business, I treat it like family. Like, family is my number one thing. I have 4 kids. Like, I'm with family all the time. So I make sure that I treat every one of my clients like their family, and I put my heart into their work, because there's room for all of us to succeed. And again, the images are so important, and I've seen so many people get it wrong and do it wrong just because of an image that doesn't look right. So.
Yes, definitely, because they go hand in hand, and not only with that, if you guys just really listen to what we're giving and what we're talking on, it's a journey of completion of what we're talking on. Are there other aspects and other avenues within the business that we're going to not necessarily talk about? Yes, but we're talking about 4 key components. 4 key components that are going to guide you from a lot of the areas of which you're trying to get your business across, not only to the services, maybe it's products or services that you're offering, but it's also putting you in an arena of saying, this is my messaging, which is clear. This is the visual of what I'm saying to you. This is the website or the place that it interacts, that it takes place. And this is the trademark from which is my representation of who I am. And if you look at the 4 lanes of traffic we're bringing to you in this summit, we're bringing you down to a specific point where you got all the tools necessary to either start, go in the middle and improve, or at the end, improvise on. So we're covering all the avenues that are necessary for you to continue and sustain your business. And not only that, but to build that credibility in it as well. So that's another avenue that we want to talk about. So Charlene, tell them a little bit from once they've got that messaging, right? And once it's visual to them, now where do we go? I know we go and put it on social media, right? We go put it on Instagram.
And wait, hold on. Here's my flag on the play. I wish it was yellow. Flag on the play. What you do, I'm glad you said that. What you do, you don't throw all your good stuff out on social media. You don't take all your steaks and your sweet potatoes and your best pie and just lay it on social media's floor. I'm not even gonna say table. Lay it on their floor and expect all the The good folks say, yes, I set quality steak on the floor. Let me go and grab. Absolutely not. You set your own table up, and then you lay out your spread, right? You let everybody see what you have, but you do it in a certain way. So like I'm explaining, if you putting together a gala, you putting together a dinner, a wedding, you set it up in a way that when people come in, they get to see everything, but it's situated in a way that they don't feel overwhelmed and bombarded. That's what your website should be. But I'll go into details at the summit, honey, because I'm not going to break that down here.
Yeah.
But you do that because what you're doing is actually you're creating a foundation that is going to always drive people back, come back and start to trust your website, start to trust the information that you're providing on your website. A lot of times when you hear things about other companies, the first thing you're thinking is that, well, let me go check out their website. I know a lot of companies, they have that business side where they tell you their press releases, they tell you what's coming up, what happened at the stock meeting, all of those things. They go to the company's website to find that out, right? But where do they find, a lot of times, where do you get the tips? Where do you hear the first drop? It might be in the news, it might be on social media, but they're giving you clips. So now you want to dig deeper, and the first place you go back to is the company. And then you start to look at, okay, what are other people saying about this company? Because this is what they said. They called y'all all liars. So who else is backing them up, right? So this is how you get to prove to people what I say is word, because I know what I'm talking about. I've been doing this. This is why I recommend things. I don't recommend it just because. I don't recommend it because I'm following other people. I'm telling you things, and the reason why you can do this is you're showing people recommend things. You show people why you have products, why are you creating software, your struggles, your accomplishments. You do all of that on your website. You're creating a foundation for yourself. And the main reason that you always want to make sure you're doing that for you first is as soon as you go to Donna and you asking her to help you trademark. So if somebody else come up behind you and they now want to take everything off your website, like Carl said, they saw how you said something, it was cute, now they want to use it too. You can go to Donna and say, they just took my stuff word for word, Donna, help me. Donna will have already helped you create trademark or the copyright or the service mark. So then that way you can go and you have the organization behind you, the office behind you, and they say, oh yeah, you showed us your website, you showed us how you were using your brand, you showed us that you eventually were going to start marketing t-shirts and hats and your cups and all that. We already gave you the green light. So here is your paperwork to go and fight in a courtroom. So by the time now you're going to hire lawyers, because that's not cheap either. By the time you go to hire your lawyers say, yep, you did all your stuff right. You got everything intact. But as soon as you drop the ball, that's when people say, your website looks shoddy. And so will the postal, so will the trademark office. The trademark office say, this don't look right. Talk to us about that, Donna, when it comes to really fighting, because that's where some of the investment comes in. You got to fight for it now.
I love the way you laid it all out, and you are just such a great student of the intellectual property space. I appreciate that because you're dropping knowledge in addition to content. So first, I have to say that from my perspective, I spent the last 32 years advocating, a nice way of saying fighting. And so I have learned from that experience, and we all have something that we have learned, that it's much easier to prepare strategically than to have to fight on the back end. And so it would be my hope that people listening would recognize the wealth of knowledge in front of you, okay? Because it's just unheard of to have people with good character, with strong skills. Look at the platform upon which we sit. This speaks for itself. It speaks volumes. And so when you get ready to launch your brand and you're trying to figure out what you want it to look like, how you want it to present it and all that, it's going to, the first step, number one, is to come to Carl and make sure you have a mindset and that your product is in line with the mindset, and that your problem is in your product rather is in line with the problem that in which you're trying to solve. And he can walk you through all that, because some of us trying to start business and we've broken ourselves, and that's just not going to work, because your message will always be off alignment. And you have to understand that you don't have to be vulnerable and that you're going to have to take risks. But if you're going to take risks, why not don't take it by yourself? Take it with the team. Think about this. Any championship right now, Venus and Serena getting ready to play. Okay. And the doubles match. And while tennis is a solo game sometimes, today people are saying, thank God Venus is there for Serena, because she'll take some of the pressure off as Serena prepares for tomorrow. Think of your NBA and your, MLB and NFL. All these are teams. And as a solopreneur, you don't have an opportunity to employ a team. But when you work with a group like this, we become your team. We work together with one another, and then we will work with you. And then in summary, just in terms of the trademarks, that little mark ain't no joke. Because what happens is, once you come to Carl and your mindset is right and your messaging is right, and Charlene just blows you up and makes you look so professional, and your graphics, and Michelle has your graphics on point, and by the time you come to me, it becomes almost irrefutable. Whatever it is you're trying to trademark, that does belong to you, because a trademark is simply, this is the mark that people associate me, my goods and services with when they see it. And so when you get your presentation so tight like that, you're not going to have to find anybody. If anything, we might send a little cease and desist and say, oh, you done stepped on some toes. They'll look at what you have created and be like, well, my God, I can never replicate that. Let me go on and cease and desist. That's it.
Yes, and that I'm glad that you brought in a taste of what it really is, because we have a special bonus for those who come to the summit, that when you're ready, and the summit is the day, it's a one-day only special offer that you can actually book all four of us to have a moment with you, so you can see what it is like to build that team strategy with us directly. So that is something that for you to have at your fingertips is a game changer. And it's a game changer because we're helping you build actionable strategies so you can build credibility. That's what this is about. It's not about just giving that lip service on social media saying you're the greatest, and the next thing you know, 16 other people say they're the greatest too. So what makes you stand out? That's where Carl comes in with the messaging. That's where Michelle comes in with the graphics. That's where I put it all together and make it sound succinct so they can find it in one location with ease. And then, of course, Donna comes through and she says, puts that stamp on it with you and say, yep, you're credible. Let's go. Right? And that's what the credibility is. Are you sticking to what it is you need to do? Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sorry. And not only the credible, the stamp itself, a lot of people say, do I need a trademark? Well, no, you don't need one. If you're local and you don't care if somebody else has your name, or if they should come up and actually register theirs first and tell you to stop using your name after you spend all your marketing budget. And if you don't care about all that, then no, don't. But most of us do care. And the trademark is really just the beginning, as this next level business move summit says, to the next level. Because if you do it right, and I mean you do it real right, people are coming to you saying, well, I like that thing you got going. Can I use it? And you say, of course you can. That's why I have an affiliate program, or that's why I have a licensing agreement. And these are passive sources of income. You are getting your brand prepared to literally go to the next level, to a larger audience. And this is so, so key.
And that's part of the expansion. You always hear people talk about they use words and then they don't tell you how to do it.
Yeah.
So
And they
Donna
don't
comes in
prepare
with
you.
the brand strategy. She's going to show you. Right. Right.
Yeah, and they don't prepare you. And the thing about it is, I don't think any entrepreneur that has built in their mind that they have the spirit of starting a business thinks about doing it for one individual, right? When we come into the collective of starting our businesses, we're looking to give our services to many, and we're looking to offer to many, right? The first thing I heard about when I wanted to start a business, everybody was putting in my ear, you got to scale, you got to scale, you got to scale, because you can't be a coach and you can't be a consultant, sit with one person. It's only 24 hours, so you're only gonna have 24 clients. So they said you. So once I got that in mind, that had to have me to look at some more opportunities, some more ways, some more avenues where I can say, okay, my content can drive me money, my speaking can drive me income. My trademarking or service marketing can draw me income. My collaborations can draw me income. Now, at this point in time, I can be making money sleep. My courses can draw me income. See, this is the new age. I know everybody don't maybe only get on the crypto plane, but crypto is putting it out there for you to make money a lot of different ways, right? We're putting it in the avenue of where your business sustainability can just do that, sustain itself past brick and mortar if you decide to have that, past the online glitches of other ones being in charge. Have those avenues out there where if they cut off Avenue Beach, my course still flowing. If I ain't getting no speaking engagements because of COVID, I can do it online. You got to have these things up and running, and you won't be a part of the catastrophe that which really was the beginning of the pandemic. A lot of companies that have closed their doors. Where I live at, there's a lot of strips that have built a lot of things before 2020. And I go past them now, and it's a lot of signs that places are closed. There used to be thriving spots that I actually went to. So you don't want to be in the gamut of that. And if you're in that, or you're looking to be in that, or you're looking to stay away from that, that's what we want. We want you to be staying away from that. And we're going to give you the tools to do that. You guys have been put on stage right now. This sub stage, you guys didn't get up there with Chris Rock and them yet, but we put you on the sub stage. We put you on the sub stage of the dynamic that you're going to get, right? You've heard us speak about the things that we're going to bring. You've heard the spotlights of things we're going to bring. You also did not hear some of the things we're going to bring. That's for you to join the hot seat. We want you to bring your business plan. I can't say that enough. I can't drive that home enough. We want to be able to see what you're doing. We want to see what's going on or what's not going on for you, your particular business. How obvious is that? If I could have somebody sit Shawn Watkins consultant on the hot seat and give me all the ins and outs and tell me some strategies to move it forward, man, I'm sitting on the hot seat. I just sit there and burn. Give me a cup of water, some Kool-Aid. I sit there and burn because I'll be on that hot seat getting what I need.
And it's
But
also
don't
important to know
because
that
you,
it's not just for people that are starting out. Like, we're going to give you the
Yeah,
strategies to start. It's for people who are already established. Sometimes you need the refresher. You need new strategies. You need to
absolutely.
think, you might feel like you've plateaued. And by our 90 plus years of experience, we can give you ideas and tell you stuff that maybe you haven't tried before. And then that'll help, you get off of that plateau, or it'll help you approach things differently. And especially like Carl, you just mentioned all the different streams of income. What is the saying? The saying goes, right? Like, if you want to be a millionaire, you have to have at least 7 streams of income. So
Yes.
there you go. You're sharing your knowledge, and it's like, oh, I can make my content make money for me. I can create a course with what I say. So it's all these things that are that we're gonna be sharing, and it's basically for everyone. So make sure you go and you register nextlevelbusinessmoves.com.
and I
Absolutely.
wanted to say, just add on piggyback on what you said, Carl. You're a wise man. You said if somebody offered me an opportunity to be on the hot seat, I
Yeah.
would just do it. But guess
Yeah.
what? That's because you've grown to the point of you understand that to truly be successful, vulnerability is required. Some people
Yeah.
don't want to know. Okay. And if you
Mhm.
don't want to know, then you can stay where you are. But if you're trying to grow, you really have to be able to be vulnerable, not with just anyone all the time, but with select group of people. And this is a good group. I personally am very active. I'm here in Cali and Los Angeles, and I sit on several committees and I'm active in the city. And I can't just afford to be spending time in spaces that are not credible and that are not going to yield results. And I have agreed to be a part of this group because I know what each of you is capable of. Carl, you mentioned the passive income from courses. We haven't even gotten to Michelle because she does courses in the graphic design part along with Charlene in the promotion. So there's so many tools. Think of it this way: if one person, as you said earlier, can serve, let's just say 25 people to make it easier, well, if you engage with this team, then you are outsourcing a lot of that. You're also fast tracking a lot of your learning curve. And so now, just by outsourcing, instead of 25 people, with these 4 people, you got 100 people right now, and you're part of our networks. We're including you into our spaces and wanting to promote you as part of our family. And then by using our ideas and our experiences, you exponentially go. That's just exposure, but you exponentially grow from our learning mistakes. Last thing I want to add is, I don't know if Charlene is going to share with you, but if you are going to be a part of this and you're really serious, I think, are we still going to present some sponsorship packages so people can have their name across that little red tape down there?
Of course, the
Yeah,
sponsorships are open, so definitely hit us up so we can make sure that you know what they are, and we will get that information out to you and jump in there, because not only will you be able to be part of this, you're getting promoted by us, and people who come to the summit will see you, learn about your business, and have an opportunity to do business with you.
absolutely. And we want to make sure that that's available to you. Uh, somebody just told me, or they told me when I was younger, you missed that bus, another one to come along. So I ran up to the bus trying to catch it, and it pulled off from the corner. Uh, Not only that, the disgust, the frustration, all of those many things I felt upon not being on time for that bus, right? Yes, there was some solace that there was another one coming, and eventually I get to my spot. Look upon this summit as that. I'll just give you a visual which everyone can understand. Look upon that. You don't want to be in an avenue where you've missed the boat, right? Because we're going to come back in time with this after this part right here. And who's to say who's going to be able to have access? Who's to say where we're moving from this point in place? I think what Zuckerberg did himself, him and his college roommate sat in there and said, yo, let's start talking to people in other dorms, right? It started as that. Now look what Facebook have grown to be. So a lot of times you got to take that initial step, that investment in yourself, that belief in who you are, and say, okay, I'm going to do this because I didn't let so many other things pass me by. Now, y'all can say it. Y'all can say it. I know because I have. I'm letting so many things pass me by. And then I look at it the years later. I was like, oh, that opportunity. You don't have to cry with spilled milk. We give you an opportunity right now to fortify who you can be. Not who you are, because we're not looking at who you are. We're looking at who you want to be. And we're creating that avenue for you to do that. So when you look at that and then say, it's not like going to the VIP club, right? And you got the security there with the clipboard, and you tell them your name, and your name not on the clipboard. Oh man, ain't you hurt? Ain't you hurt? Like, just tell me, y'all, ain't you hurt? They not gonna pull back the cut the little clip thing and say you can go through it. And homie, your name not on the board. Don't be left out, y'all. Go to nextlevelbusinessmove.com. It's funny, but it's real.
It's been a minute since I've been to the club in the VIP section.
It's been like
Say
30
so
plus for
true.
me, but but that visual is so ingrained in my mind because a lot of times that happened to me trying to sneak in with people I thought was big. That it's embarrassing when you. I'm telling you, it's a strictly embarrassment. That's the move that I'm really trying to nail home to you. The embarrassment of having the opportunity to be included in a place and you just don't decide to move on it. That's exactly what
And
we're
it
offering.
And it starts with your presentation, because I'm thinking,
Yes.
if it's a VIP club, I haven't been in a while. Today, I expect to be in it. If there is a space, a high space where there's an opportunity to impact communities and change lives, especially when it comes to innovation, creation, wealth generation, and I can't be at the top of that, then I'm not doing something right, because that's the presentation. That's where I need to be to impact the most people. My goal is to impact and move 1,000 businesses forward as I talk to people between now and 2028. And so I'm well into that goal. And I know you guys all have goals, similar goals. So, and as we talk, it's like, I almost want to just tell anyone who's listening, if you happen to be listening, don't take this as happenstance, okay? Because we don't need you to come to our event. We really don't. We got what we are suggesting you have, but we are offering you an opportunity to invest in yourself in an organized, cohesive way with high quality partners. And we are actually taking an investment, making an investment in you also, because we certainly could be spending our time other ways. So we hope you come and take advantage of it. But it's just a tremendous opportunity, and I am proud to be a part of it.
I
Yeah,
agree.
so-
I'm grateful. I'm so grateful to be a part of this collaboration as well. And I love that, how we're speaking, like we're speaking and we're leading by example, like Carl sharing all those, this is what happens at the VIP club and this is how you're going to feel. Like it's true. Like that's how life is. And, when you have access to this expertise, like you definitely don't want to wait for the next bus, especially because, as you mentioned, like we're planning to move up and make this an amazing experience for all. So.
Yeah, because Michelle, this is a bus. Okay, we might not do a bus tour. Next time there might be a limo, and there's limited seating on a limo. That's a whole nother level. So we need to encourage you to take advantage of.
I think
We need to encourage you to take advantage of this opportunity because it's intentionally made affordable for everyone who wants to take this bus ride.
Exactly.
Yes. And I'm glad you said that, because I wanted to leave us out on that note that folks, we're not here to just take money from anybody. We're definitely not doing that. We're doing this to work with those who are ready to take action. Carl and I have been saying throughout every show that we've done, Real Talk, Credible Vulnerability, we've always said this is the year of action. So this summit, September 24th, is about action. We have early bird seating. That closes out September 16th. So head on over to nextlevelbusinessmoves.com now so you can grab your early seat, because after September 16th, that goes back to the regular seatings and you can still come in. VIP folks, you ready to get that hot seat treatment where we can actually give you 4 strategies specifically for your business. That's where you're going to get that. Not in the general summit. You're going to get that at the actual VIP session, and we're going to have separate sessions. So that's 5 sessions folks are getting. 4 with us, because we're going to give you the steps from our direct sessions, and then we're going to have the 5th session for VIP hot seats only. So make sure you're a part of that. Make sure you grab it. If it's not for you, maybe you say, you know what, I'm just not ready, or I did most of this already, but I know people who need this. Then spread the word. Do not keep it to yourself. Spread the word to those you know who can benefit from this, who are ready to hear it and who are ready to do the work, because we do not want to give these strategies to someone who's just going to let it collect dust. We've been there, we've done that. So now it's about action. So we want to make sure that folks can utilize what we're sharing. Cannot wait to see you guys September 24th, early bird hot seats, and September 16th. Carl, Donna, Michelle, all for putting this together, being a part of this. Amazing. And I cannot wait to see everybody September 24th. Bye, y'all.
Bye. Thank you.
Later.
Real Talk with Carl and Charlene. Real talk for the real world. Let's get it. Real Talk with Carl and Charlene. Real talk for the real world. Let's get it.